Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Storyteller's Corner. I'm your host, Joshua T. Calkin-Sherwichy, also known as Byron Residius. A situation of rather unfortunate circumstance has come up recently. I've been seeing quite a bit of it discussed on X the last day and a half. A relatively well-regarded and well-liked mangaka recently got his entire Google account, all services, all accounts, permanently terminated and wiped out. This occurred because he was apparently uploading some scans of older works of his, older visual illustrations from a previous series that he worked on of a unfortunately graphic nature that involved material that is big time no-no, both legally and for my personal taste morally, from what I have read. I have not seen the material myself, nor do I intend to. However, it did cause quite the stir amongst, obviously, the manga and anime fan bases and folks who are concerned with AI moderation as implemented by Google specifically, because they have unleashed AI moderation, editing, and creative control, or rather accessibility control to these automated systems without any human intervention, without any appeal process being made available to those folks who are struck down by these tools' analysis and examinations. I am put in mind of incidents just a few years ago when authors who were utilizing Google Drive and Google Docs to work on drafts of current works in progress found their materials being stealth edited by Google, by their either their AI programs or by editors and staff at Google, human beings themselves, going in and manually changing the actual text that authors had written into their manuscripts, their works in progress. This is obviously a slightly different set of circumstances and specifics because it's visual material, it's illustrations. But the spirit of the trouble and concern remains the same: artistic freedom. There are a couple of things I would like to caution people against when responding to or reacting to this situation. Firstly, the mangaka in question was utilizing his Google Drive to upload backups of his prior work. The prior work and material was not eliminated. So a lot of people saying, years and years worth of this guy's work has been destroyed without notice, without an ability to defend himself. That is not entirely true. Let's be fair and honest about the details. The prior work that got his account blitzed out of existence still exists in some other form that he has access to and control of. The entire account went down because he was trying to utilize his Drive account, his private Google Drive, as a backup point. However, any material that he had that was housed primarily and solely on his Google Drive was lost. And this has happened to dozens, scores of other artistic creators, whether they be in the realm of the written word or in the visual arts, or even folks who are small indie game creators who have used Google's cloud data storage as the primary and sole location for their material, their data files to be hosted. If they get wiped out because of some erroneous or knee-jerk AI moderation reaction or response, when Google is scanning their files and their material, which they've claimed before they would not do. So this seems like rather inconvenient violation. But again, details matter here. Google, back when they were getting their pants sued off of them by the Writers Guild of America, promised to cease using scanning tools and automation on US-based and UK-based accounts. There was no protection in that lawsuit and its results in the settlement to protect accounts and users outside of the United States and the UK. I'm not certain what the protections are for individuals who are utilizing Google services in Japan. That's something that is outside of my wheelhouse. I don't know the particulars there. So unfortunately, there's not much I can do to comment on that. The nature of the concern, however, cannot be ignored. And it's why I always recommend having a downloaded backup of your files that you personally control, that is not accessed by any cloud storage company. When I read about this incident, it put a wild hair up my arse because I've got a number of short stories and first and second drafts and early drafts and outline construction documents on my own Google Docs and Google Drive that I didn't have backed up in any other way. So I downloaded them. I opened them up in my Google Docs and downloaded them as Word document files onto my Kindle, which is my primary tool for writing and doing my streams actually on Rumble and YouTube. So it's vital that you get into, if you have any documents that you've been working on or that you don't want to lose access to or a copy of that are on your Google Docs, Google Drive, Colin, be careful. Please. Okay, I'll get you a snack in a minute, okay? What? Make sure you open that document in your Google Docs. Malia, please click on download and download your document as a Word document. I gotta get going. These kids they need a snack and they're getting a little feral. Anyhow, that's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves, and as always, keep reading.